Mr. Kareem was an old man with soft white hair and slow, careful steps. Every morning, he sat by the small window in his living room. The sunlight would fall gently on his face. In his hands, he always held the same old watch. The watch did not work anymore. Its glass was cracked. The leather strap was worn out. The hands were frozen at exactly 4:17. Anyone who looked at it would think it was useless. But to Mr. Kareem, it was the most important thing he owned. He lived alone in a quiet neighborhood. The house was small but clean. The walls were light blue, and there were old family pictures hanging near the door. Sometimes he would stand there for a long time, looking at those photos. He would smile, but his eyes would become wet. Many years ago, when Mr. Kareem was young, his life was very different. He was full of energy. He worked as a school teacher. Every day, he walked to school with a strong and confident step. He loved his students. He loved to teach them new words and new ideas. He believed that education could change lives. But the most beautiful part of his life was not his job. It was his wife, Amina. Amina had a warm smile and kind eyes. She loved flowers and always kept fresh roses in the house. When she laughed, the whole room felt brighter. Mr. Kareem often said that she was the real light of his life. The watch was a gift from Amina. It was their 10th wedding anniversary. Mr. Kareem had forgotten the date. He felt ashamed when he realized it. He rushed home that day, worried that Amina would be hurt. But when he opened the door, he saw candles on the table and a small cake in the center. Amina stood there, smiling. "Happy anniversary," she said softly. Mr. Kareem felt his heart fill with love and guilt at the same time. He apologized again and again, but Amina just laughed gently. After dinner, she gave him a small box. Inside was the watch. It was simple but beautiful. Brown leather strap, clear white face, strong silver frame. So UNE. That night, they talked for hours. They shared memories from the past 10 years. They made plans for the future. They dreamed about traveling. They dreamed about growing old together. At exactly 4:17 in the afternoon the next day, something happened that Mr. Kareem would never forget. He was at school, teaching a lesson. Suddenly, he received a phone call. His hand began to shake when he heard the voice on the other side. Amina had been in an accident. He ran out of the classroom without thinking. He ran faster than he ever had in his life. When he reached the hospital, the clock on the wall showed 4:17. That was the time she left this world. Everything after that day felt empty. The house became too quiet. The roses stopped coming. The laughter disappeared. Mr. Kareem stopped wearing the watch. He could not look at it for a long time. It reminded him of pain. It reminded him of loss. But one day, months later, he opened the small box again. He held the watch in his hands. The time was still frozen at 4:17. He realized something. That moment was not only the moment he lost her. It was also the moment when all the love they shared became a memory that would never change. Time had stopped, but his love had not. From that day, he carried the broken watch with him everywhere. People sometimes asked him, "Why do you keep that old broken watch?" He would smile gently and say, "Because it still works." They would look confused, but in his heart he knew the truth. The watch still worked because it reminded him to love deeply. It reminded him to forgive quickly. It reminded him that every second with someone you love is precious. Years passed. His hair became whiter. His steps became slower. But every afternoon, at exactly 4:17, he would close his eyes for a moment. He would remember Amina's smile. He would remember the candles on the table. He would remember the sound of her soft laughter. He no longer felt only pain. He felt gratitude. One evening, a young boy from the neighborhood came to visit him. The boy noticed the watch in his hands. "Why don't you fix it?" the boy asked innocently. Mr. Kareem looked at the frozen hands. Then he looked at the boy. "If I fix it," he said softly, "time will move again. But this moment, this memory, is perfect just the way it is." The boy did not fully understand, but he nodded. As the sun slowly went down, golden light filled the small room. Mr. Kareem sat by the window, holding the broken watch close to his heart. Outside, life continued. Cars moved. Children laughed. The world did not stop. But inside that small house at 4:17, time stayed still.